They taking all your gold and all your resources that you need to feed your babies. I'm a real black atheist because I have no moral obligation, right, to nobody's God, to no foreign religions. I have no moral obligation. And if my ancestors got it wrong, because they wasn't perfect, they were scientists, right? I have no moral obligation to that. The only obligation I got is to us right here. The African Americans, the strongest tribe on the motherfucking planet. Plain and simple. Kidnap victims. Now we let them niggas kidnapped by our damn minds. We out of order. Alright? So let's stay strong in what we do. Y'all got that going yet? So all I'm saying is, family, man, don't let them trick y'all out of y'all birthright, man. Y'all birthright is taking care of yourself, man. That's the primary thing that black people should have always did, was take care of their damn self. And you're supposed to worship that idea and concept. And we made statues based off of that. Oldest statues ever found is about the black woman. Why would you worship the black woman? Because she gives birth to your everlasting life. That's why she God. Not because she woo. She God because she gives birth to your everlasting life. She transfers DNA. And we can't forget the Father because he makes up the family. At the end of the day, male and female principle. Plain and simple. That's why I don't deal with religions, because they male, warrior, homosexual cults. If God don't have no wife, he's a homosexual. If Jesus Christ don't have no wife, he's a homosexual. Let's call a homosexual what it is. How the hell can you write the whole book of Genesis and only get the blood out of the men? And they begot, the word begot means give birth. Did y'all really read that? I realized I didn't do it out the window. I ain't never seen a man give birth to nothing. Impossible. So hey, click this side. Don't even worry about that, yo. Is up there? No, go back. We can't even make it clear. There's no, we don't want to pay no audio. That's all good. Just go next.
Let's go next to the next slide.
You can't pay. Then don't even worry about it. Let's go next. Let's get it going.
Next one.
All right. There's the next slide. No, go to the next. No, go back. Yeah, right here. The one before that. Play that. All right, y'all take a look at this, right? Let me show you what we doing. The next one, the next video. Is that the next one? All right, that's good. All right, let's go. Pay attention. Play that.
First Homo sapiens. Y'all know it goes on the rock squad up. First Homo sapiens migrating out of Africa. At this time period, our species developed, we migrated out 70,000 years ago. This marker is haplogroup CT-M168. Most people with this marker connect with something called a YAP marker, yes associated protein. So most of us, you see it going through MCT, C-M168, M130, going all the way down through South America, all the way down through the Americas, all the way down through, what's that, Australia. That's the M130, 50,000 years ago. Some of them back migrating to the continent, going up to now. So here's another marker, the EB30, migrating out at certain time periods, going into the Near East, going all the way down. Now these haplogroups, most organisms have haplogroups, especially large organisms. These large organisms are called diploids. So these diploids and haplogroups, all males have a Y chromosome, all females have mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cells. Now, each one of these haplogroups have a main lineage. This is the out-of-Africa migration, the different routes that they went through. And this also shows who 40,000 years ago, humans in Europe, southeast. This is all proto-Cro-Magnon types. Here we go right here. Whoa.
Hey, y'all see the ice coming, right?
Ice caps, middle glacier period. A lot of the people that migrated north, this is the last glacier period, which is the middle glacier period, 25,000 years ago. This is when you start finding the Cro-Magnon cave fight going towards France. Now we're going out to the Americas, 15,000 years ago. The first humans crossed the Bering Strait. These people are paleo and proto-mongoloids. And these people have a specific marker, which is haplogroup Q, which is the M2 marker, which shows and proves that Africans wasn't here first, but people of color was in the Americas first. Let's talk about this on. 12,000 years ago, we're dealing with the agriculture. Who brought it there? The Natufians. Leaving out of East Africa, going into the Middle East toward the Levant, but we still going toward the Americas right now.
Next. That's that DNA mutation. Y'all can't get around it.
Markers right here, you can follow the trail of the phylogenetic tree. M20, M174, M4, M130. Right there, if you look at that M168, which is the origin, this starts around 70,000 years ago. And it's not Yap negative, it's Yap positive. So you can find a lot of houses in different groups of East Africa or Southeast Africa that crossed over. They migrated through East Africa, they go through Yemen, then they go through Oman, and then you start to see the markers change based on temperatures of food and geographical location. What's the next one?
Next. Mom.
This comes from DNA tribes. This shows and proves who the ancient Egyptians were. Study the DNA. You see the affinities is more closer to South Africa, 39.72. This is going through Amenhotep III. Look at the markers. Horn of Africa, which is the Lord, like the Bashari groups, 39.14. Then you say tropical West Africa, 14.65. Yuya or Tuya, which is Yuya, which is Tutankhamun. You start to see the affinities are more close to Sub-Saharan Africa. And all the other groups, or the Euro-Asian markers, Mesopotamian, Levitian, is all that point percentages and not whole percentages.
Mesopotamian all the way down there. So all that West Africans ain't close to the Kemites. That's a bunch of bullshit. According to white people, mind science. So they admit it. So why you gonna throw something away when they admit it? All right, they admit that. They just play the game. Next.
Amenhotep III. The DNA genetic variation or affinities matches up with people in South Africa. You can see it with the people of the Zulu and some people in Southeast Africa, so Tanzania and Uganda. Most of these men have haplogroup E1B1A. 70% of African Americans and most people in here have E1B1A or EB38, which develops in East Africa, migrate west to the Sahel at certain times. So you can see this marker right here in Tanzania. Some of it is due to the Bantu back migration. Some of it is due to the origins of it being in East Africa, which is the EB38.
Next. Same thing with you looking on. Y'all already see it. South Africa. South Africa. Right. Next. Same thing. Alright, now, I want y'all to pay attention to this. We had a bunch of pseudos come up here, and they started to talk about this and that, but I didn't hear any mention of artifacts. So we see right here, right? This is a museum collection of over 1,000 ancient Egyptian artifacts. So in each museum, there are over 1,000 artifacts. But watch this, right? You got the Grand Egyptian Museum, over 100,000 artifacts. None of them got over 100,000 artifacts. Watch this. You got the British Museum in London, you get over 100,000. Now, watch this. Not including the 2001 donation of 6 million artifacts. 6 million artifacts. So if you got 6 million artifacts, don't talk to the God pillar. You don't got 6 million artifacts to prove your point. I don't want to hear it. This is a bunch of food. Ask, do you got 6 million North American artifacts? Do you got 6 million Sumerian artifacts? So why are we even debating the nonsense? Because they're out of there. And we go all the way down the list of stolen African artifacts. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Next. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Next. Watch this. Why in the hell, right, in the Bible Land Museum in Jerusalem, they got over 1,000 African artifacts because they don't have any. Anybody went to the museum yesterday, seen they had no artifacts.
It was empty.
Well, the Native Americans, the artifacts. Well, the artifacts. We got to start breaking them down. There's a lot of stuff we missing in the museum. Next. Still going down, look, they ain't even naming the artifacts now. Next. They ain't gonna get references, notes and references, right? Y'all can look it up, right? It's right there. Next. Next, references. Now, this is important right here. This was diffused. The majority of the planet are brown people. We agree, correct? But just because you're brown, don't mean you're Sub-Saharan African. I'm gonna say this again. Just because you're brown, does not mean you're just Sub-Saharan African. Stop taking up people's shit. Get them had it. There's none of them compared to you. Check this out, right? The only way to get it really is tell the damn truth. That's right. Why lie to it? You become white people. You become white people in black race and try to steal other people's culture. Culture vulture. So you got the three zones. Stop for that real quick. UVA map.
This is the UVA map. As you can see, you have three transformers by the race. UVA, UVB, and UVC. Three types. Ultraviolet angel rays is in the north. That's what zone 3 hit with most Caucasians or different people with the northern part of the planet or the northern pole get that. Zone 2 is equatorial zone or browner skin. So just because you're black or dark skinned does not mean that you're African. Ask the racist Indian at 7-Eleven. He's just as dark as me. And I'm more sub-Saharan African than anybody. But I'm African. He's not. Physically and genetically, he's not African.
Zone 3. The point I really want to make is right, that these Israelites later on, they reside in zone 2. So of course they're going to be brown.
Intermediate brown out.
So we're not going to play the color game no more. It's time out for that color out. Alright? Mother Nature provides you protection from the sun. And the shit ain't going to feed you. Let's get that straight. So you can't use melanin to fly.
Zone 3, you will see natives that have color skin.
Next. Alright, there you go. So
it's an Olmec. If I make a statue of this individual, he'll look just like that Olmec. So just because you see robust features does not mean it's African. Now I'm not taking it away from us. I'm not saying that we haven't came to the Americas first. I'm just trying to let you know that there are people that live in South and Central America that look just like that Olmec statue. That doesn't mean they're Africans. That's all I'm saying. When you deal with the DNA, you find the oldest genetic affinities in Americas, you have haplogroup Q, M2, not African markers. No, but you do find the oldest coming from black people from Southeast Asia, like the Australoid groups of Australasians, which is the M130 that comes in.
Next. Now, hold on. Is this Sub-Saharan African? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is that Sub-Saharan African?
Enemy's Island.
Everybody say yeah, right?
Enemy's Island.
That's why they haven't done the scientific method. Because your senses will lie to you. Look like an African.
Enemy's Island.
Corn hair like an African. But DNA is not an African.
It's some of the oldest humans.
Those are Asians.
Yeah.
They're the first people of Asia. The first people that migrated to Africa 70,000 years ago and went into Asia. Y chromosome is haplogroup D, mitochondrial DNA is M2. Remember, mitochondrial DNA is the powerhouse of the cells. It changes the energy for food, and then you deal with the ATP adenosine triphosphate. So, these are Asians, the first people of Asia, the Asiatic black men, the real black people of Asia. Before the people that migrated with Neanderthal, Denisovans, and other groups, they didn't develop the ectoplasmic receptor, which is jet black straight in. That's right there. This is an Asiatic black man. And as you can see, he has interlocus, ectoplasmic receptor. Jet black straight hair, and he's also a paleo-mongoloid. Paleo-mongoloids have thicker brows and they have more wilder features. They're not neo-mongoloids like people in modern China and Japan.
Next.
This is hypertrichosis. This is what he's trying to show. Hypertrichosis. Now what's going on with this is this. This exists in MAP2K6 of chromosome 17. And it doesn't happen through inheritance, it happens sporadically. So some people don't have it. So most women carry this trait at 50%. When men have it, they pass it down to their daughters. And by the way, none of these people are European with this mutation or this defect. These are people of Latin America or India, not pale-skinned people in Northern Europe.
Okay, so basically what we're saying is, man, they laugh at you when you talk shit. This is genetic mutation. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the most diverse population on this planet is African people. So all the goddamn mutations originate in Africa first. You either the mother and father civilization or you fucking not. And you can't have it both ways. You're either the mother and fathers of all humanity or you're not. Okay? Now, you can throw your children away. Because some of them deserve to get thrown out. Like white boys deserve to get kicked out. I agree. But you can't say you're not his mother and his father. If you think that we are the original people. So are we the original people now? Yes or no? Alright, so take the good with the bad. That's the only way you can move forward as an African people is tell the truth. Next. That's the skin map again. We ain't got to do it. Y'all see all that?
I want everybody to understand why those people were black, because it's a science to it. Why they still maintain their darker skin. You have a chemical reaction on amino acid dealing with tyrosine, which is responsible for the hormonal chemical that we know as melanosomes. The more melanosomes we have, the more dark our pigment is going to be through melanocytes. So people migrating out of Africa, out of zone 1, was able to maintain that dark skin going into South India, Yemen, and different places because of the level of tyrosine that they were able to maintain. To maintain the melanosomes, the melanocytes to maintain the uromelanin, which is dark pigment. So as long as you live in zone 1, you're able to maintain your skin color. You go into zone 2, people tend to get a little brown. You go into zone 1, you have spurs. Zone 3.
Where's the oldest people on the planet?
Yeah, well, the thing is, before he's saying in zone 2, at one time it was darker. The Homo sapiens sapiens species was a dark-skinned species. But as those people went south into zone 2, aluminum cave 90,000 years, they developed more red pigment. Not spurs, but not Caucasian red pigment. They're still black, it's still uromelanin, it's just light brown. To show that black people have your light brown to dark brown skin.
Hey, y'all see it right there, right? That's why Ali Muhammad can show y'all pictures of people look brown, not because they were sub-Saharan Africa, because Mother Nature provided protection from the sun. That's called some checkmate shit right there. Checkmate. Get out of here with that crap. And you need to study up on it or be hollering like that. I need sources and references. No matter what you say. Our ancestors verified what they did because verifying things allows you to food, clothing, and shelter, man. So you could be a hell of a shaman. And everybody sitting back saying, well, is it food on the come? We're not even trying to say it off. Your ritual must coincide with food, clothing, and shelter, and then it's a ritual for your damn survival, man. If you're going to church to help you survive, why are you doing it? Next. There you go. Evolution as the basis for fixing the African world community. Modern science identified original African spirituality. So don't tell me about evolution, because that's a damn symbol in Africa. And nobody can get around that. Next. Black, Greek, Kemetic cultures in the age of stone and cave. I'm not giving up the cave. We the original cavemen. And if you give up the cave, right, you give up all your intelligence. If you give up the cave, you give away the rudimentary writing. You give up symbology. You give up everything that made you get right here. It's a bunch of crap. We can deal with the layers that are on this mold where you see the Europeans living like monsters. We can talk about that. But we're not going to the cave. Next. Amara Squad. Next. Portuguese power will want to talk Pope Nicholas and all them. They signed the Packers Bulls and signed your ass over. If we find anybody that's not a Christian, let's kidnap them. Next. Same thing. Next. That's the source references. Next. Oh! To the king of Ethiopia. Look, the Allah. There is no God. First of all, we ain't talking Allah, so they threatened you right off the top. So the Prophet Muhammad, who didn't even exist, right, wrote a letter with threatening black people to worship Allah. It's in letters, they can't say they didn't. It's a letter right there, look it up. Look it up. Next. There you go. They threatened the goddamn Egyptians right here. Next. I summoned thee. No, what you doing? Go back. Next. What is that? Next. I summoned thee with the appeal of Islam. Oh, next. Watch this. It said, become a Muslim and thou shalt be safe. You know what?
Lay down.
Get out of lay down, nigga. Alright? They can't get around that. That's called checkmate. Next. Unrock photo. Next. Real black atheism. Probably about Unrock photo. I'm the one that call myself a real black atheist. Guess what? Because we're not a cult. And all these brothers and sisters as individuals.